Welcome everyone, Kevin LaRocca here with Bonnie Pro Strategies. Today is March the 20th of 2019. It is Wednesday and we're going to go ahead and go over our recap here. But one of the things I want to talk about is losses. How to recover from losses, because let's face it, it's gonna happen. And the thing is you know that I modify my sizes quite a bit. I typically do onesies and come in and do some 10 lots, maybe some 5 lots, maybe some 3 lots, depending on how strong a trade I see in the market. But I don't care if you've been trading for 6 months or you've been trading for 20 years, you're going to have losses. And you're going to have losses when you put on some size. I mean, that's just part of reality. Every time you put on size, it doesn't mean it's going to be a winner. No matter what happens, you could be doing everything right and you're going to take a loss. Now, the important thing about losses is that when you do take a loss, just go back and look at it. Did you see everything correctly? Was the pattern the right pattern? Is there something that you've missed? And go back. And if it is, then okay, it was a mistake and you recover from it and you're going to make mistakes. But then again, if you've done everything right and it's a loss, it's just a loss, okay? Because we're dealing with probabilities. There's nothing that's 100%. So even if you have something that's 90%, then you could still have 2, 3, 4 losses in a row and still have a 90% winning system. So the thing is that you don't get caught up on the percentages of how accurate your system is or that type of thing. The thing is that you have something that's been proven itself in the market and you have to stick with it. And if you take a loss, either you're going to learn from it or you're going to say, yeah, I did everything right, and it was just a loss. So today was one of those days. It was actually a good lesson in chat because started off this morning. I'm going to show you these trades. We started off this morning. It was very choppy. The FOMC meeting was coming out, and the markets get a little choppy, and then usually right after that, around 2 p.m. Eastern time, then the markets start moving again, start seeing some really good EOM, and that's really what we saw today. But in the morning, it was very choppy. And if you want to look at my first 3 trades here, let me show you what I did here. Once again, I always start off with the onesies. Did some onesies. I took a loss on that one. The first one came back, took a second loss, and then I took this third one. This third one really wasn't a really good setup. This honestly, it was a mistake. I really should have put that on, but I did. It happens. It's going to happen again. That's just reality. And I took another loss on that. So I was down $950 for the day. Now, as I was explaining in chat, you don't come back and try to make it all back in one shot. You got to remember that you have all the time in the world. Either I'm going to make it back today or I'm going to make it back in the next 2 days. But you don't want to get in there and think that you need to make it all back immediately, because that's what's going to put you in a huge hole. Okay, so the thing is, you stick to your plan and you keep trading your plan. And if you have a good plan, it's going to pull you out of the hole. But you have to remember, give yourself plenty of time. And if you feel like, if you have that anxiousness to get in there and start making money right away, then that's the time to step away, shut the screen down and walk away if you can't control yourself, because you're just going to end up digging yourself in a hole, because you're going to start making a lot of stupid mistakes. And that's the last thing you want to do. So anyway, as I was telling my students, this is really a positive day because it's a chance for you to see how I pull myself out of a hole. And one thing I like about the 5 minutes is that you have all day to work yourself out of it. So if you get hit early in the day, you have all day, and you can even come back at night. You have a lot of opportunities to get yourself back out of your hole. For me, I was very fortunate because right after that meeting came out, after 2 o'clock, then the market went straight into really good EOM, and I took advantage of that with some nice size trades and ended up coming out ahead for the day. So anyway, so you can see what happened is after I took that loss, I didn't come in and start doing, 20 lots, 15 lots. I just did what I normally do. I waited for those really good setups. You could see here, I waited almost an hour between trades. Came back, did a 10 lot there, made money, came back, did a 10 lot there, made money, 10, 10. And I was getting very specific. I wasn't really going nuts, wasn't going crazy. I was looking for really good trades. And then, I did some onesies, and then things got kind of quiet, did some onesies. And then right before 2 o'clock came out, I was just kind of on the sidelines. You can see I was on the sidelines for about 30 minutes here. And then things started heating up. And so I did a 10 lot, did some ones, did some twosies, did some ones again, did a 5 lot here, and this is all after the FOMC came out. And so went back to onesies, did some 10s, did some 10s, and still recovered. So I was down over $950, still ended the day at 222.25, and I haven't even traded tonight yet. So that's what I'm talking about. I've had other videos where you've seen me do this, and that's the way that you trade. I didn't have to come out of this today. I was very fortunate that the markets really got really smoothed out, really good EOM. Very fortunate that it happened it happened this afternoon. If not, I would have been, I'd be here again tonight, and I'd be trading and seeing if I can't slowly work myself out of my hole. It just so happened that I did it this morning before we shut things down at 4 p.m. So anyway, that's it. I wanted to show you that. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I can always come back and answer those. You can always go to my website. Also, if you go to my website, if you go to my website, you can also get a hold of my free fundamental video, and it goes a little bit more into depth on my trading philosophy and so forth. So be sure to go to the website, get a hold of that video. Any questions, drop me a line, and I'll see you on the next update. This is going to be Thursday, tomorrow after the market closes. Take care.